Hi, good day. So welcome to again to my video. So this time I will uh, teach and demo to you the how to import the generated CSV report from my previous video, which is CSV2 tabulate and CSV2 panda. So that's the same CSV file that I use. So it's a sample CSV file that I export from Adventure Works. Okay. So this time is I show you how to import to DataGrid as a um, report. So this time I created a simple program which I will convert to a I will develop into a applications. So I call it portable SQL editor or porter. Okay, let's start. So this is the report that I will export. So I exported this is a generated CSV that I created as a tabular report or data grid report. So this one, right, data grid report. Yeah. So you can see report. Okay, this is the report. Then I create a simple applications that I will turn into a application development. So it's called porter SQL portable SQL editor. So let's go first to the UI. So this so I created a text box that we call text box. So you will be write the query. Then after you write the query, then click execute button. Then the result will be displayed in a data grid. This is a data grid view. Okay, data grid view. Then first of all, you need to have installed the MySQL plugin. Manage, go to tools, get package manager, then manage get package for solution. Then appear like MySQL. Then install all the MySQL plugin. MySQL data, MySQL connector, MySQL entity framework, MySQL entity data framework core, MySQL data entity framework, then MySQL open telemetry, MySQL data edit, MySQL connector, MySQL framework core, MySQL entity data framework core, MySQL entity framework, and MySQL open telemetry. Okay. After that, using to use the MySQL plugin, using MySQL component. So this MySQL client component is uh, um, used for connecting to MySQL client, and there are three types of MySQL client method that MySQL client method that can use in the script. MySQL connections for connecting MySQL client, MySQL client for executing query, and MySQL adapter for compiler for to fill. This is a method to fill in the grid view and fetch up the data from MySQL client. Okay, then I set up my workbench to create the schema and database. So as you can see, it's running. Okay, schema. Okay, yeah. This is the query that I will run. First, if the workbench has an error exception, we can take that an exception to run the server. You must run from the services. No services. Okay. Then look for MySQL 11. Then manually start. Manually start this one. Okay. Then once you see selected the status running, it's already running. Okay. So this is the query that I will run through the SQL editor. The same result. Yeah. Then after that, this one that I created. So connection string, server, localhost as usual, database, CSV data, this schema, this database I created, then UID root, password, this is MySQL access. So by default it's usually root. So okay. Then the query get from the text query.text, this one. Okay. Then after that, I establish a connection, see MySQL connection. This is represent connection to MySQL database. Okay, it's a method. Then it will be enhanced as a new constructor with the value of this connection string, this one. Okay, so the local variable then is equivalent to the connection string. Then I just always use try catch to catch exception. Then try the connection open, then close, then write in connection status to the console. Then if not, catch the error in connection failed. Then read the exception message. Okay. Then the MySQL command I use a command variable define the user defined declarations, then equal to MySQL query. Then the query will be value on text query text. Whatever the value of query that it will fetch as SQL command, then execute to SQL adapter. Then SQL adapter will be compiled and then fetch the route into the data table. I use data table because data table much faster than much faster than in dataset. Okay, so query, this is the equivalent text query text. This text value is the text value of the text box. Then the text box will be multi-line. Then connection, this is the connection SQL. So MySQL command query, then connection string, query connection string. So connections will be this one. So the equivalent of that is the connection string. Okay. Then SQL adapter. After that, it will be compile. It will interpret the script to the adapter. Then it will fetch the. It will be compiled and fetch the result to the data table. Data table. So command this one. Initialize the variable to SQL adapter. Then after that, data adapter is the variable of data adapter. That field it will fill the data table. So that after that the data table will fill. So set the degree. By the way, the DataGrid is I rename to I change the name to grid. That's all. So standard component name. So as read only, it will mean read only. It will be cannot be modified. It will be just read only or view the DataGrid. So set to true. Then the grid result data source will be the data source equal to data table. The data table is this one. Yeah, how to declare the variable? The data table. Data table, then the variable name declarations, then new data table. It will fill the record into the data table. New data table. Then after that, data table is a temporary table storage that you can connect or sourcing to DataGrid. This view server. So data table. So data source method, it will be source the data table, and it will up to the grid view. Okay. Then after that, try, then catch exception, SQL exception, MySQL exception into a message, then exception, whatever application crash, it will be message in front in message box. Okay. This is how to you declare exception. MySQL exceptions declare as EX, and in EX will be equivalent to this one. Define as EX, then EX will be got the message. It will play an exception message. Okay. I repeat. I create a connection string. It was default from localhost database CSV data. I create schema. Then by the way, and the table name is raw file. This one. Then after that, the username and access, username and root password, always root. Then I created a table which is the data storage. So this is the variable in the data table. And I create a SQL connection. Then SQL connection, I set connection string. Then I declare as connection variable. Then after that connection, I can open the connection by open method. Then once the connection open, it will be message in the console from connection successful. Then if not, catch exception, exception, then it write to the console connection failed, then the error message. Then after that, once the connection is open, I hit my SQL command, which initializes the value of text query. This one, this one, right? This is a quick query. This I write the query. Then after that, it will be initiate the connection, which current connection active to MySQL that you use. Then it will be initializing SQL adapter. The variable is SQL adapter, data after I define it on. Then initialize the MySQL adapter command, which is this one. So query connection. Query is the value of this one. Text query text. Then after that, SQL adapter that field, it means field the data table, whatever the result of the query. Then greet result is only view only. It only is view only. Then data source, the source of data source will be the sort of the query, which is the data table. Okay, I run now. For the second time, I let you to view the code from end to end for your reference. Okay, I ran now. So I copy the query, assign, right? Execute. So that's all. So as you see, I can maximize span down the window even without resizing. So this is data. Okay, I can query. Select all where first name like so yeah. So you fetch the all A of all it fetch all the first name with A and starts with A. If you, by the way, in like when you percentage in the left, it means all all value that start with the left, it will fetch at all. So this time A, we start with in left, they will search the button from left, so it means percentage left. So it start from A, from start on left, it will fetch this result. Okay. Okay. So then let's say another query. So first name, last name. Okay, that's all. Okay, arrange the ascending or to the descending. Then I select only the first name and last name field, and then it fetch the result. So that's all. It's a portable SQL editor. So it's only KB. Then as you can see, these applications portal. So I created that. I downloaded sample icon from the web, then I create as an icon. So it's a beta version. So I will develop this into a full application. Okay, thank you, and I hope you enjoy my tutorial. And thank you. Good day.